So hey everyone, welcome back and I hope you guys are doing well. So today we are going to solve weekly contest 483 and sorry for the late because today I'm traveling. That is the reason I'm like not able to upload videos in the morning. So without wasting time, let's get started. So in this particular video, we are going to solve the first two problems. Let's start with the first one. What the problem is actually asking us to solve, right? So you are given a string S consisting of only character 1 and 2, okay? You may delete any number of character from S without changing the order of the remaining character. Okay. Return the largest possible representative string that represent an even integer. Right. If there is no such string, return the empty string. Okay. So the question is quite clear. It's a really like concise problem and easy to understand. So what we have to do, for example, let's see the first example over here. So what we have to do, we have given a string. We it either contain one or two, right? So what we have to do, we have to remove any number of factor which we want, such that we have to find the maximum even integer, and it should be even integer, right? We have to form the maximum number and it should be an even integer, right? So how we can approach this particular problem over here, right? So if you see, what's the property of even number, right? So any number is even. If I say 1 to 1, is it even? You would say no, is it not even, because it is not divisible by 2. Okay, fine, but what is the other thing which you will notice to tell me quickly without doing modulo, that if the particular number is even or not, even or not, right? So what we do, we just consider, or we just check the last element. If it is an even, then the number is even. If it is an odd, that means the number is odd. So this is the fundamental which we are going to use over here, right? We just have to keep track of, like, we are just have to check if the last character is even or not. If it is not, then we simply remove that one. If it is, then we simply return, because that's the maximum number we can form, right? So for example, let's say you have a number like 1 1 2 2 2 1 1, right? And you see the last character is 1, which is not even, then we simply remove it. Then we again get 1, then we simply remove this one also. So now you see the next character is a even number, right? So we directly return this number to, because it is the maximum possible in our case right now, right? So this is the basic idea behind this particular problem. So what we can do, the code is quite simple. We don't have to do a lot of things. Just start from the last index, check if the current if the current character is 1. If it is, then simply remove from the string. Otherwise, simply return that string, because that's the maximum possible answer for us in this particular case, right? And in such cases, like for example, in the third task case, we don't have a number which actually represent an even number, even after removing the character, right? So in such case, we simply remove return empty string. So this is the code about this particular problem. I'm talking about the time complexity, which is O of n, not O of n. But yeah, in worst case, if the we only have, like, if we do not have any character, like any even character, or maybe our even character is or at the first position, so in such cases is going to run for O of n time. So time complexity is O of n, space complexity is also O of n, because I'm just using string builder, because in Java you can't modify your string itself, right? So that's why I'm using over here. So this is the time and space complexity. So let's move towards the second question, and I hope you are able to understand this. It's quite easy problem, and you will understand if you actually got to know about that particular fundamental, right? So let's move to the second question. Word squares 2. Okay, so you are given a string words consisting of distinct four letter strings, each containing lower English letters. Okay, the word square consists of four distinct words: top, left, right, and bottom, arranged as follow. Top form the top row, okay, bottom forms the bottom row, left form the left column, and right form the right column. It must satisfy top 0 is equal to left 0, top 3 is equal to right 0, bottom 0 is equal to left 0 and left 3, and bottom 3 is also equal to left right 3, right? Return all valid distinct word sequence sorted in ascending order lexicographically. order by the 4 tuple. We have to return in this particular order, like first, top, left, right, and bottom. Let's first understand the first example over here, right? So this is the given input, right? So this is the initial input which we have, and what we have to do, we have to form a square, right? And for that we need 4 sides, which in generally, if you know about square, like if we all know about square, right? So it has all the 4 parts equal, like, or the four section is equal, right? So which we call as a square. So what the problem asking us to do is, we have this particular condition over here, this one. If we have four string, and let's say we have name them as top, left, top, bottom, and right, so it must satisfy such condition, like top 0 means the top string which we have taken for the top zeros is, it should be equal to the left 0, top 3 should equal to the right 0, right? And bottom 0 is equal to the left 3, and bottom 3 is equal to the right 3. So this is the condition which we have to satisfy. So question is quite clear. It's very easy to like come up with the brute force approach, or you can say brute force is also going to accept. So what they are doing, like, let's understand why this particular example, right? Let's take it and put it over here. Okay, so this is the thing what we have done. We have a initial string, like the name is able, area, eco, and also. So what we have, we taken able as a top, area as a left, eco as a right, and also as a bottom. And what the condition is asking us to do is, top 0 should be equal to the top left 0, which is a, because if you see able and area have the first character equal, so that satisfy the condition. Second condition, what, top 3 should equal to the right 0, so top 3 is L is equal to top 3 is E, which is equal to the right 0, right? E, which is equal, and same for the bottom, and same for the right. So are like corner constraints are satisfied. So this is the simple thing which we have to do, and we have to return all the distinct ways through which we can form, right? For example, this is one of the way through which we have calculated the answer, but there may be a possibility that we can take area as a top, able as a left, and same for other, right? So this is the thing which we have to achieve. So the easiest way and the first thing which everyone should came in their mind, because if you see, constraints are pretty low. If you see, the word length should can maximum go up to 15, and they also mentioned that the value of the word I is equal to 4. So if you see, the constraints are pretty low, and all words are distinct. That's all make clear, like, which means the brute force solution can also be accepted. So what we can do, we simply use our basic thought process over here. We simply run for loops, I to n, for int j to n, for k to n, and for p to n, right? And we just simply check for, because we get for all the 4 strings, right? Make sure to check a condition that where the cursor is going over here. Make sure to check the condition if I is equal to j, or I is equal to k, or I is equal to p, or j is equal to k, or j is equal to p, or k is equal to p. If this is the case, that means we are ignoring this these combination, because the question asking us to to return all the possible combination, right? So they are not asking us to, like, because if they are not asking us to find the value of I, uh, j, k, and p in such a way that I should be less than j should be less than k, and k should be less than p, right? They haven't mentioned this particular thing in the problem statement. So what we can do, what we have to do, we start everything from the 0, but make sure to have this particular condition which makes sure that whatever the index we are taking is a unique index, it's a distinct, right? So this is the thing which we have to like take care of, and after that we just have to take the string, and in the order we just have to check the condition, which is quite clear. Let's see the code. So what I have been doing over here is they are asking us to return our array list of list. So I have taken initialization an array list, running a 4 different loop, and as I told you that we are going to start everything from the zero because we have to return all the possible combinations. And this is the thing which we have which I have explained you, that if those indexes are same, then we just simply what we do, we simply like continue, we are not going to consider that particular case. And if it is not the case, we are taking all the like all the, you can say, all the corners and all the squares sections, and we are storing the values, and after that I'm just checking the condition which they have given, not something by myself, like this is not something crazy. I have doing the same thing which they have wrote, right? And after that, if they satisfy this particular condition, then I'm storing the answer in the order which they are asking me to store, and then storing it inside the result. After that, make sure to don't forget to read this particular line, that return all valid distinct word squares sorted in ascending lexicographic order, right? So here what I'm doing is, because I have an array list of array list, so I'm just sorting based on the character in lexicographical order. So this is just a sorting operation, and after that I'm just returning my result which they have asked me to return. So this is the code, and I think the first both of the question are pretty easy. You can easily be able to solve this problem, right? So this is not too much difficult. But talking about the time complexity is O of n uh, power 4, because you see we are running 4 loops, right? And everyone is starting from 0, right? So the time complexity is O of n square. Space complexity, we are taking, if we do not consider this, so it's going to be O of 1, because we are using it for our answer, right? We are not using it for processing any other thing. But if you see, we are creating array list every time, which is a constant space, because it's always be a length of 4. So it's going to be 4 O of n, which is O of like O of 1, right? It's a constant space. So this is the solution, and this is the question. It is pretty easy question if you like if you have basic understanding of loops and how to handle the edge cases, you are actually able to solve this problem as well. So first two questions are really easy, and I hope you understand the question and understand like always like uh, obviously you have understand the question, but talking about the solution, I hope you understand the solution, my intuition behind what we are doing it. You are able to understand the piece of code which I have wrote over here, right? So this is not something fancy, this is just a basic brute force approach which I am doing over here is, right? And I'm just storing it if the condition is satisfied. I'm sorting it because they are asking me to actually sort. But make sure, like, yeah, there is one more thing, we are also sorting it, so it's also going to be n log n plus O of n, because running for the O of n time. So this is the whole time complexity, and this is the space complexity. So I hope you understand the solution about for the both of the question and learn something from this video. If you understood, please drop a comment, like a video, so that I got to know about the feedback and I got to know about the way of explanation of mine. So this is it for the video, and bye bye, take care.